George Watts is a Peter Pan man. George Watts ain't no friend of mine. There's only one kind, and that's Skippets.
Yeah.
Skippets extra creamy. Hold the chunkies, because that's not for me. What's going on, everybody?
What's up? What's up?
Oh man, I just came in here and just saw George Watts' comment on that, so I had to had to ring him out for that. Hey, to each his own, and welcome
Yeah,
to another
exactly.
Flight Club. No, this is not alcoholic
Yep.
beverage. This is my wife and my dad here, Jeff Customs, and my mom, Tara, have been telling me you need to stop drinking so much soda. So this is my attempt to drink and stop so much soda.
Yeah, well, we're trying to get his ass right, you know? Shit. Gotta keep him straight, man. These damn youngins don't get
You
it.
talking about keep me? I came out of the womb being straight.
Yeah, I hear
Oh,
you. I hear
you mean
you.
something else?
Um, so how's everybody doing on a Tuesday?
On a Tuesday,
Tuesday, Tuesday.
Tuesday, Tuesday, Tuesday. Oh
Hey, it is.
man,
Is
good
it the
lord.
first Tuesday? I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, it is.
Get your
And you
lottery
know what?
tickets.
Look, let me just say this. It's like the month for like demons and ghouls and stuff. So if 2020 is going to hit us, it's going to be this month.
Hey, well, look, that's like somebody put. I saw it on Facebook today. They said that somebody found a sealed cave that had been sealed for over what was it, 5 million years, and it had different creatures in it. I'm thinking they need to close that jewel up. This ain't the year to be opening no cave. You know what I'm saying? It's been sealed
Yeah,
up.
it's like you need to put that back.
Yeah, I mean, and not to mention what were the creatures in the cave eating? You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
that might not be good either. If you sealed up for 5 million years and you finding something to eat, um, I'm just saying that ain't that's kind of scary in itself. Um, so yeah,
Oh yeah.
what's up, Jackson? How you doing tonight, buddy? Good to
How's
see
it
you,
going,
man.
man? Mr. David Snyder, George Watts, of course, Craig Beaven,
Yeah,
Michael
Mr. GB,
Elijah. You know what I love about
Michael.
this group we got between Michael, Keith Spencer, or excuse me, Spencer Keith, and Dennis. Like one of them will get something, and then they'll send it out on Facebook, and it's like a matter of like minutes. Like who can be the first one? Because they can only because second place is the first loser.
Exactly. I know. That's right. And no trophies for everybody. Okay.
Right, right.
Hey, so look, man, I was telling you earlier, flew the OV10 yesterday, man. Got one flight in on it, got it made and got it dialed in for my buddy. Let me just tell you something, guys. That plane is just awesome. Yeah, very, very nice. Very impressed by it. It flew incredibly well. Couple of clicks of trim on the elevator. It was wanting to nose up, so we trimmed it down. I think I give it about 4 or 5 clicks, and yeah, flew it for 7 minutes. Brought it down and took it to the table. Reset the elevator so I could put the trim back to zero. I like to do that on all my stuff.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, just super nice, super super nice plane, guys. If any of you have thought about it, like I told you last week, don't hesitate. It's a sweet flying plane. Took off wonderfully well, behaved well in the air. I did what James said with Motion RC. He said to dial down the rudder to about 50% of the throws, and then you can increase gradually.
Right.
Um, we did that perfect, and flew it in medium rates and high rates. High rates was nice on the roll. Other than that, yeah, you love it, Dustin. Great, great, great plane, man.
Awesome. Yeah, typically with those dual rudder planes, or even like that B-17, because that rudder is just so tall, it gives you a lot of authority. Um, so yeah, you've gotta dial it back a little bit. Um, ha, wipes up. So so it doesn't become too sensitive. But the oh, just plain crazy. Brandon, he posted this. Oh, what was it? Basically, it's a gyro for your steering
Yeah, I
nose.
saw that. Yeah, I saw that.
I've used those and they work very well. Like if your runway is like bumpy or has like those mysterious bumps where you'll be going straight, all of a sudden you hit that bump and it
And
like
heels.
reveres.
And heels.
Yeah. Can you imagine, man, what them ants are saying? Like they on their little hill with their little leaf. You're trying to please the queen, like all us men are. All of a sudden,
Look,
they have this.
a buddy of mine took some flying last weekend. Man, he sat his plane on the runway out at our field, and came back to get the radio. And then he realized he wanted to walk back out to it. And when he got to it, he realized he had sat one of the wheels in some ants. So the ants were all over it. You know what I mean? Like they would be on your feet. He said, "Oh well, y'all have a good flight, man." He said, "I'm taking off." And look, he took off with them damn ants on the jet, man. And it was like, God, it makes you wonder what they were thinking. But when he landed, they weren't on there no more. So, it's pretty cool. Actually.
Oh, that's too funny.
So back to the gyro for the steering. So what are your thoughts on that? What did you think about it?
I haven't flown one yet. I mean, to me it was one of those planes where I kind of like at first was like, like it's cool. It's dual motor, so that's a big plus for me. But it was something different because it's not something that we're exposed to a lot unless you're really really into aviation. I mean, I like planes and all. Don't get me wrong, but there's more people that are into the hobby than I am, and that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. But it's one of those things like as I've seen it, as I've heard people talk about it, it's one of those things where it just grows on you and grows on you. Like I'm not a big P-51 fan. I'm just not.
Right.
There's so many out there. But like the E-Flight one, right? I was the same way. I was just kind of like, ooh, another P-51. But again, I'm like, I appreciate them nonetheless. But as they became more fluid in the industry, and people started talking about stuff, it kind of like, yeah, okay, like cool. Do you see one at the store and you're like, you kind of give it like a second thought versus before you're kind of just like, it's a P-51, like whatever, whatever. It's like, we have vanilla ice cream, but instead this ice cream is made with whole milk versus this being made with like 2% milk. I'm like, still vanilla ice cream.
Ice cream, man. Ice cream. Get it right.
Ice creams.
Hey, so we were talking about the gyro for the steering.
Mm-hmm.
What are your thoughts on that? Have you tried one? Has anybody tried one?
I've got a few of them. I've got three. One was in the F-22.
Okay.
One is in the one in the A-10. It is in the Dadgummit. What did I have the other two in? They were jets. It wasn't an E-Flight product.
Wasn't the VEA Hawk, was it? Or the L-39?
Yes, the Bayhawk. L-39, no. Did I have it in another third one? Because I remember I bought three. I knew I bought three because I bought them from RC Castle.
Yeah.
So I bought them from those, but I have not. But they've worked great. No complaints. There's like some little tweaking you have to do to them, but nothing bad.
Cool.
By any means.
Hey, so I got a package yesterday, guys, and I ordered these from a guy last week that we just started talking, and I said, well, hey, send me something. So he did, and these are his Nerf whistles, guys. They're 3D printed, and these are from Brian Clem. I told you guys about them last week. I saw him on another person's post on Facebook. And he was talking about his Nerf whistles, and so I got to talking with Brian and ordered some from him, and he said, well, I'll do you better than that, man. I'll send you a good amount of them, and you and the guys at the field check them out, see what you think. I'm very impressed. These are the longer ones, and then we also have a shorter version of the same thing, which both give different tones. So if you guys are not familiar with Nerf whistles, the longer the shaft is, somebody's going to run with that. The different the tone. So you can see that this one over here has a longer shaft on it than the other one does, and so it's going to give a different tone. I can't really do it with you, but anyway, you guys will get it. I mean, really, but they sound great. So you can check him out on Messenger. That's how I got it with him, and I saw him on Facebook as well. And these are great, man, and they're hard to find unless you buy a toy. And I don't want to buy a toy and pay 15 or 20 bucks for a toy to get 3 or 4 Nerf whistles when you can get them from him for $2 or $3 a set. You know, what I mean, you really you can't go wrong with it. So definitely check him out, and he's also got a YouTube channel as well. I think we dropped his link in here last week. But his name's Brian Clem, Klem, and he is on Messenger. So definitely check him out, guys. And if you want some Nerf whistles for your jets, I'm getting ready to put 4 in the MiG-29. Everything else on this MiG is done. I have the afterburner in it. I have the battery set up like I want them for perfect CG in this jet. I don't know if you guys can see this. This pack right here is setting basically in line with the top bulkhead, and the rear pack is all the way back against firewall. I did light my cockpit. The HUD lights up on this. Mr. Skip Build has done that as well. Here's the way I did all the wiring, and I had to take the canopy off. My awesome wife, I don't know if you guys can see this or not. My wife did this for me. Let me see. Yeah, see there? She did that for me for both sides of the canopy. Looks awesome. Love the graphics. So yeah, she does a great job on those guys. But as I said, this baby, other than the Nerf whistles, is ready to go. I do have the afterburner in it from Guniac. Thank you, Ray, for that. Installation, very easy, very straightforward, guys. Nothing to it. The hardest part was pulling the wires to the front. But of course, we all have our Go Get 'em wires that we use, and that's what I did with this one as well. And I would light it up for you right now, guys, but if I did, I'd be blowing everything and crap all over the place.
That's
but
okay.
It looks,
we okay.
Yeah, sure. I actually put metal tape in my tubes as well. And man, with that afterburner light in there, man, it just boom. It's like it's blinding. And I used the metal HVAC tape, and I tore it in strips that were about 7 1/4 inches long. I slightly folded them. I laid them in on a dowel rod, and then took the rod and worked it all the way to the back, and it looks amazing. So that's definitely going to be awesome in the sky. So can't wait for that. So shy of the Nerf whistles, which I have here, and some good weather, she's going to be flying soon. I talked to a buddy of mine yesterday who made his, and same thing, he's using the HRB 6000s just like I am, so we talked about that. And he said his flew incredibly awesome. He said to him it reminded him of the A-10 by Freewing, which we both have, and he said it actually landed to him better than the A-10. So that's a great thing, because my A-10, I love how it lands. And he flew with full ordnance, which I'm going to do as well. Another thing that I did with mine, guys, because I've been reading a lot of comments on this chat. I think Victor Shamulus and some other guys that have flown there has been paying a lot of attention and reading their stuff. I went ahead and put in 4 millimeters of up on the elevator, because most guys are looking at 3 clicks on the elevator in the maiden, and because they're doing the factory 1 millimeter. So I went ahead and did 4, just so hopefully I don't have to really trim that a whole lot. I do have the new servos in here that Freewing sent out, and Motion RC. That's done. So yeah, I mean, she's ready. So hopefully it'll be soon, guys. I wanted to do it actually yesterday, but Didn't get a chance. I actually made in the OV10, as I said, so that was great. Um, but I'll let you know, and then hopefully have a video on that when we get this thing made, and maybe this weekend if this storm coming through New Orleans doesn't cause us a situation, and hope all you guys out there living around that area are good as well. So yeah, Dustin. So I'm gonna take a breath, man. You need to talk now.
Yeah, I'm just letting you do your deal. I'm like, man's on a roll. Let him do it.
Hey, I mean, I'm just saying.
Oh man. Well, I did buy something today. It'll be here Friday. Hopefully.
Okay.
It's not Free Wing. It's not Horizon Hobby. But does anybody want to take a guess at what it may or may not be? Drum roll.
Not free wing. Wait a minute, hold up now. Not free wing. So, and it's not Horizon Hobbies. Now, what you just said?
Correct, Mundo.
Okay, so if it's not free wing, then it only leaves Flightline if it's not Horizon Hobby, unless it came from Dynam, Bitco, or
It's not a plane. Let me put it that way.
well, okay, so I'm out. Okay, there you go. So do share.
um. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, and excuse me, that the carbonated drink's pretty gassy. What I ended up buying is a well, if it will work. No, I don't want to try your coupon code. 853, maybe. Dustin.
I'm buffering right now. Is what I'm showing, man. Now I see you live. So are you guys live is the question. Is everybody live? We're down to 8 people now. These are the stayers, man. We had 35. Damn. A whopping 35 down to 8. Come on, fellas. Dang. Ta-da. Craig, thank you, buddy. Appreciate that, man.
Okay, cool. All right, we're back. Hot
Yes.
diggity dog.
Yes.
Oh man.
What's up, Mr. Pilot Ryan?
My internet just took a crap. Like no rhyme, no reason. Just boop. You're done.
Technical difficulties, man. You gotta love it.
I guess the people at either the NSA or
Hey, Ray.
Spectral were just tired of hearing
Yeah.
Jeff and I talk.
Yeah, Ray, you hadn't missed anything yet, man. We've just been talking. Dustin's getting ready to tell us what he just bought, and everybody was in major suspense, and then everything crapped out. So, yeah, so that's kind of where we're at right now.
Mickey,
Um,
it's not an inflatable. It's a vacuum pump.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna ask on that
Maybe the
one.
people in Australia they call it an inflatable. I don't know. I mean,
Shit.
maybe y'all
Somebody-
guys use it different than we do.
Yeah.
I think Austin Powers had one.
Oh Lord. Okay, so
the
detail.
computer would be like would be like Terminator, in the first one where he gets thrown into the no, the first one he gets crushed. I don't share my Skippies. The only Skippies I share is with one woman named Abigail, my daughter. My wife don't like peanut butter, so hey, she's cool. She lives.
Mhm.
Live.
Tell us what you bought, man.
Oh, wait. Oh, you guys didn't hear what I bought, right?
No, nobody, everybody's waiting, and you.
What?
Ain't
I'm trying to catch up on the chat, man. Like,
to.
Jesus, you're worse than a white lady.
I'm telling you, man. I'm just saying.
All right.
Stay with the program, buddy. Okay.
All right. Hold on. Let me dig it back up again.
What's up, Bledsoe? How you doing, man?
What's up, Bledsoe? Hey, great videos on your F-16 and your is it another F-18 that was. I remember one. You said it looked like it was black, but it's a dark, like blue, like a real deep navy blue. Awesome jets. You got bigger cojones than I do.
Yeah.
Because they'll be like, that's a static model. Be like, well, it's got a real engine in it. Yeah, but that's a static engine. Does it fly? Absolutely not. Oh man. All right. So anyway,
Okay.
it's not. It flies, yes, but it's not a plane. It's not a helo. it is it's a drone. Now, I've
Oh,
talked
he's
about
in the club. He's in the club. The drone
no, I
club.
haven't got it. I haven't got it yet. I haven't got it yet. So
Somebody said
this just
Pornhub.
popped up as like ready to fly, right? I'm probably ready to fly, right? Emax is a good company, and we've talked about the drones as far as like doing chasing for when we do get
Yeah.
together and
Yep.
stuff like that. But it also allows me like I can fly these at work during my lunch break because behind the our shop is just farmland.
Right.
Well, and there's a
Yep.
major highway, but whatever. It's all right. The way 2020 is, I mean, there'd be like a 747 that falls and
So lands in a windshield, man. Come on.
whatever. Look, my officer. It's better than a toilet and it's better than a brick.
No kidding, right? I mean, dang.
I'm just saying.
I'm
So
with
I
you.
bought it and just to see how it is. Like it's ready to fly. My thing with the whole drone community is you really gotta like be able to sort of really good if you want to fly Spectrum. Because like, look, I got a Spectrum controller radio. I want to use it. I don't have to go buy a Taranis, FireSky, Crossfire. I want to use what I got
Right.
in it. So I mean, that's been get a beeper for it.
You start
a
delivering
pager?
food, man.
A
I mean,
pager?
you could be a food delivery. Hell, deliver rebar for that matter. Get you several of
a, a, speaking of rebar,
them.
person was like, "Why do you have a diesel truck? You don't haul anything diesel." I was like, "Actually, well, anywhere between 2 to 4 times a month, I'll haul like 8,000 pounds to the trailer weight is 11,000 pounds. Like I used to tow a skid steer. Skid steer alone was 10,000 pounds. Like I
Yeah.
need a diesel." And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, oh man.
Just bullet. So damn. So how about guys? Any of you? I don't know about. I know Dustin's still. He's young. But
Yes,
how
I
about
do
all you
remember
guys that are
Yeehaw.
my age, man? How about Eddie Van Halen, man?
Oh,
We
I thought
need
you were
to
talking
pay
about Yeehaw.
homage. We need to have
Dude,
a quiet moment, a moment of silence for the Eddie Van Halen that we all knew and loved, all grew up with. I mean, I saw this dude twice live, man, with Van Halen in 1984,
hmm
and then what was the other Diver Down concert, man? I mean, God, guys, this what in the world, Eddie Van Halen, man? Dang.
yeah, I knew he had throat cancer for a while, and that's what took him. Um,
God,
I mean, 2020 has just been a sucky year. There
man.
was another one. Was it Neil Pratt
Yeah, I think so.
that died as well? Um, well, that's not him. I just looked it up. I'm like, that's not.
Yeah,
That's not him. Um. Oh gosh, I saw it today. Hold on.
really sad, man. I mean, dag on, all of us kind of grew up. Well, I know I did with Van Halen, man. I mean, God,
Mhm.
and Eddie was one of the best guitarists of our time, more or less. It's a shame, man. I hate it. Dag.
Yeah. Neil Prep. That's right.
Neil Peart, he was the
Hurt.
drummer for Rush, wasn't
Yeah.
he? Yes. Yeah, that is bad. I mean, yeah, we've lost some good people, man. I mean, Harold Prince. I mean, not long ago, it's like, gosh, really starting to feel old here.
And
And
I was talking to one of my um one of my good friends. His younger brother is like 17, and I was talking to today when I was talking to the Haas, one of the Haas techs, and I was like, yeah, we're sitting there talking. He's playing like 38 Special. I'm like, how the hell do you know who 38 Special is? You're 17. You're born in 2003. I was in seventh, eighth grade, eighth, ninth grade, 2003. I'm like, what? Oh man.
yeah, Yeah, I tell you, man. It's and then you got you got the Rolling Stones, man, and they're still kicking hard, and it's like
I will,
wow,
Shadow. No worries, man. No worries.
gosh. And I tell you, look, I wanted to say this too, guys. And I know he's not in here tonight. I've seen him in here numerous times, and I see him in a lot of other chats. So a lot of you guys know him, and I wish he was here tonight so he could hear this. But I don't know. Just the past several days, I've really been. This has been kind of heavy on my heart. But he had a big moment. I think it was today. He started a new job, and that's
Oh,
Mr. Dave Klischke. And
mm-hmm.
I just want you guys to know that Dave, if you see this, if you watch it later, man, let me just say something to you, buddy. Hats off to you because every day on Facebook, man, um, I don't know, you brighten my day, man, with your humor, your jokes. You're always kind. You always have something nice to say. Um, you just always put something funny on Facebook numerous times a day that just makes me laugh, man, and takes you away from the crap that's going on in the world. And I just want to say um, thank you for that, and keep it up, man. We need more of that. And congratulations with your venture that you're starting with your new job. What an opportunity, man, to do something you love, to do it every day of your life. Just hats off to you, man, and keep up the great work. And I hope that the people you work with will get to experience the humor and the wit that you have every day on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. Because if they do, they're just as fortunate as you are to have you working with them, man. So congratulations to all your coworkers as well to have you on board, and for all you've achieved, man. You've achieved a lot, and hang in there, man, and keep it going, and keep making us all smile every day, Dave. And I look forward to your post on Facebook every day. So I just want you to know that, man. Thank you very much.
Oh yeah, he's a great guy. Like I remember when I first met him, on Facebook, and his job that he had been with, like they did him wrong. Ain't no denying that by any means of the stretch of the imagination. But he he's a good guy because when I had the A10 or had the A10, I had got it. Daddy gave it to me. Just became a father. Dad's like, "Hey, this is what you've been wanting," and it's kind of customary in our family. You give him a present. And the biggest thing I was always worried about was the Bronco bounce that the A10 is known for. Which, as I did more research, it seems like it's more prevalent with people landing and how they landed, and maybe
Right.
and hitting that nose gear first versus the mains.
Yep.
Because I ain't
Yep.
gonna admit, I had a Bronco bounce, but when I went back and looked at the footage and slowed everything down, that front wheel hit first before the back wheels did.
Yeah.
And but I mean, he didn't know me from Adam from Steve. I was a complete stranger, and to some degree I still am. But he took the time and reached out to him and you know basically was acting like I was his best friend.
Yeah.
Even though he lives like lives in Indiana, Illinois. He lives like
Yeah.
Des Moines.
Thanks.
Is it Des Moines? Now you're gonna have
Yeah.
to make me look. Um, but no, I was so happy. I knew that's when he. Yes, I was right. Des Moines, Iowa. Ha! Man, take that, wifey.
He's
Wife of
just
the.
a super nice guy, man. I mean, he's super nice, and it's just I don't know. Every day on Facebook, he's always got something nice and
Mm-hmm.
positive and funny, and that's what the world needs more of, man. It's just people that find humor and make people laugh and spread joy.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
It's always. I mean, look, you can bet your shorts that he's be posting something about a Corsair, or
yeah,
like
yes,
I'm calling out sick. I'm gonna go fly.
yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's just a great guy. Hey, Mr. Rich Baker,
What's
great
up,
job on
buddy?
that F-18 video,
Hmm.
man. A great job always. You do a great job. We appreciate you. Um,
Yeah,
that is a
buddy.
nice looking jet. And Mr. Tim Toutant, guys, if you haven't watched his video yet on YouTube, Tim has got the hook, the tail hook, working on his F-18 and functional, which is pretty cool. It looks great. I wouldn't mind doing that to my T-45 up here. Um, so yeah, great job, Tim. And we need to get more guys doing that and actually seeing if we can't use them.
Hmm.
Make them work. That'd be cool.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Rich. Sorry to make it um, to your show the other night. Um,
That was Sunday afternoon, I believe, at 2 o'clock, and
hmm.
I did make it for a while and was in there and enjoyed it. I was actually working on something in the garage and had it playing through the speakers and was listening to that. So yeah, that was a good show, man. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, me and the wife we were out and about because I had it on because we have you may have used this since you use Apple, but you have like the calendar where you can sync each other so
Yeah,
you can look at it, I can see what she's doing, see what she's doing,
yeah.
and I had forgot to put it on the calendar to like not
I-
just remember her like hey I want to be home, but also to let
Yeah,
me know more importantly because
that's
I can't
right.
I have a hard time remembering stuff as it is because I just got so much going on. But yeah, especially the EC, what they call it, EC 1500 or EC 150, the cargo plane from he did the unboxing of that.
It's the EC 1500.
Hmm.
Yeah. And Mr. Shadow Ops, Eric, he just ordered one, I think, with the winnings that he got on Dave's RC last Friday night. Um, he took his winnings, and I think he actually bought the 1500, so he's going to be flying that as well. And we'll all be looking forward to that too, Eric. That'll be pretty good. Just make sure you got some paratroopers because Rich did that one the other day and he had some paratroopers and he had some missile looking things with some tassels falling out. That's pretty cool. And I think RC Geek, he had some tanks that would fall out of the back of his with parachutes on them, so that was pretty cool. Um, Everybody's showing some neat stuff falling out of the back of these 1500s, so that's really neat. Um, but yeah, a lot of good stuff, man. Good videos. Everybody's showing some neat things. Um, yeah, Eric. Oh, and Dave's RC. Did you see the Dynam plane that Dave's RC flew for BitGo Hobby? I believe it was it today or yesterday? Um, he did a great job flying that plane. It was a good looking plane, man. No, he couldn't get the lights to work on it. But they said they would take care of that. But he did a great flight. It flew it in front of a bunch of kids playing soccer. They loved it. Um, so yeah, Dave, if you're out there, you listening, buddy. Great job with that plane, man. It looked really nice. And he actually said somebody had a hard time with his giveaway on his show the other night. Now, guys, first and foremost, let me just say, I've won 3 airplanes on Dave's show. Reckham Roy's won, God, I don't even know how many now. Some other guys have Chuck G. I mean, there's been a lot of guys that's won a lot of stuff on Dave's show. Dave gives away a lot of stuff, guys, and I mean, you can't argue with how the man does things. I mean, I think he does things very fair. It's just the fate of the numbers and how he pulls the numbers. I've been very blessed, very fortunate. I couldn't believe the night I won the F-14. I told Dustin, I said, man, if I win this plane, I'm going to trip out. Dustin said, you ain't going to. And sure enough, I did. So I'm just saying, guys, I mean, everybody, has a chance. And I mean, Eric won Friday night on Dave's show, and Eric does a lot for the community, guys. He does a lot for Dave. Eric's one of the biggest cheerleaders out there. He deserved it as much as anybody. So don't give Dave a hard time for how he does a contest, guys. I mean, I think he does it as easy and fairly as anybody. So hats off to you, Dave. If you watch this later, if you're in here tonight listening, I don't know, man, but I think you do a great job and you give back all the time, man. So yeah, I think you're doing a good job. So don't let nobody get you down, man. You keep doing you, okay?
Amen to that. I mean, I don't know how Dave does it. I mean, I know a good portion of the community, does the the super chats to help do this, but man, it's like, when's a week that he doesn't give something, right?
Yeah. Hey, and Rich, reboxing that thing's almost as hard as unboxing it. Okay, man. So come on. No, seriously. Hey, they are hard to put back in the box. Okay. So no, I got to get you and Dustin. I got the plates. I got the BEC. I got stuff coming all the time. I'm ready, man. So we all got to get together. If we do it behind the scenes, before the scenes, during the show, after, on your show, our show, whatever, we got to get this thing done because I definitely want to get it done. So that being said, it is harder to get them back in the box than it is to take them out. Just saying.
Well, the good thing about the L14 is that while it's not flat on the bottom, it's got two nacelles, and so it sits perfectly down, just like the L22.
Like this MiG, it's sitting perfectly flat on its bottom, man.
Yep, that as well. That as well. Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian, I heard you, my friend, flew the mall without safe. So, congratulations on that. I'm glad to see that you're finally getting out of your comfort zone, and pushing yourself, because that's how you improve, and that's how you improve your
Hey,
skill
man,
set.
look, Ryan's doing phenomenal. Look, like he, like I said, we went out last night, and before it got dark on us, he flew and maidened his FMS Cessna, and he did a great job. That's a nice looking plane. If you guys haven't checked into that one, for the price tag that he told me he paid for that, definitely give it a look, guys. It's a nice plane. I think it was like 1,400 millimeters, I believe. He got it in blue and white. Super nice plane. It flew great. He did a great job with that. And then, like I said, his OV-10, we got that put together and actually got it maidened. We wanted to fly it again last night, but it got dark on us quick. So that's coming, and we're going to get Brian videotaped flying that plane. That's coming soon, too. So, yeah, he's doing really good, man, and I'm proud of him. So definitely keep it up, Brian.
Yeah. And Brian, I don't know when I'll be back. I really don't. Hopefully soon.
Yeah. When you coming back with your drone, man? Come on now.
Look. Well, the thing is if I, all right, hypothetically here, if I do get addicted to the drone, I gotta get a 5-inch. I think it's a 5-inch, because you can put that SOB at like 6S and really keep up with the planes and stuff like that. But I mean, that's ways away. That's a whole new skill set that I would have to learn.
You just got to come on, man. I mean, look, we're ready to go. The weather's right. It's perfect. You ain't that far away. The field's looking beautiful right now. The weather, there ain't no bugs. You won't sweat. You know, so
wait, you'll see me the next day after the first frost. There you go. The first freeze. Oh man, that's when it just wipes all the bugs out.
Yeah, and we got a lot of guys with new planes. We got, a couple of guys have got MiGs, including myself. We've got a couple of Grippins coming, I believe. My other buddy, Barron, got the L39 that he's been flying lately. He's also got the T-33. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, man, I mean, we're constantly, guys at the field are constantly getting new stuff. I've got, as you can see, of course, stuff to build and fly. Yes, I do. I got a lot going on. Thanks for pointing that out, Mr. Baker, and everyone for that matter. But you know what? Hey, I've always got something to do, right? I mean, come on.
Look, time out. Time out. I want to call your ass out right now. You've had something to do for how damn long right now? You got all those boxes behind you. You take stuff out. Smell that nice Corona air. And then you put it back in, and you're like,
hey, man.
Hey, guys. At least I have something to do.
I do. I got plenty to do. I just can't get it all done. I mean, that's the thing about it. Shit, I swear. It's just there's never enough time, and then putting together my buddies' planes and working on them for them, it's like, what do you do? That's like last night. I wanted to maiden this MiG, but I knew the light was dying on us. So I figured, let's get out to the field and make it about my buddy with his OV-10. And he's like, well, man, I'm going to leave the house about 6 o'clock. I'm like, dude, you better get your ass in the car. It's 5:20 now and leave now because it's gonna be dark quick. No, man. Look, we're out there last night flying, and it's like so dark you can't hardly see the plane. I'm like, you think you might want to land that airplane, man? Oh yeah, so it got dark quick, man.
Oh
Um,
man. That
but
reminds me.
yeah,
I'll probably run over to the parents' house and throw a battery or two in the timber. Uh, I really honestly thought about getting the You know what? I've got two chargers. I could take a charger, bring it to work. I could fly. I know daggone well I could at least fly the turbo temper because it's gravel in the back, so that would be fine. The UMX timber, not so much. Yeah, we do got a concrete
you can
apron.
fly the UMX timber in a garage. Come on now.
No, I'm talking about at work, like during lunch break or during my lunch.
Yeah, you can fly that around your damn shop, big as your shop is. My God, you can
Shoot,
take.
I'm talking about flying this sucker outside.
I know. But I'm saying that UMX timber, you can fly that in your shop, man. Dang. Man's got a huge shop. He's buzzing all around and everything.
There was I did fly the UMX timber in the warehouse, like in through one door, banged it, and then like flew it out the other door because my dad bet me $20 that I couldn't. $120 plane, $20 bet. I'm gonna go for the bet. My pride got in the way.
Man.
Oh man, but nah, I've been thinking of like other like little stuff I can do, like to still stay in the hunt because it's like I don't have the time.
Well, you could always sit at your desk and spy on your employees and fly over their head with the drone,
I
and
thought
see
about
what they're doing.
that drone and stuff because like the fab shop's got two big garage doors. Actually, it's got
Yeah.
three
Yeah.
doors, kind of like in the shape of a T. You get at one end and fly through over their head, or like go in one, make a left hand turn, a right hand turn, and come out.
Yeah.
But
True that,
that
George. You are so right, man. They are harder to get back in the box.
especially after they're glued.
Hey, look, I have to normally take a picture, to go, okay, this goes here, this piece goes here. I mean, so nothing gets banged up while it's sitting here. So yeah, it is definitely a pain. Um, but on this MIG, guys, and I see Ray's in here. I'm just going to tell any of you guys, if you haven't gotten your Fiery Booty for your MIG, if you have one, you must get it. It is amazing. And it is super, super awesome installation. You take your EDFs out, you put the LEDs on the back of your motor, zip time. I put a little glue on mine. Pull your wires through with your Go Get 'em wire and plug everything in, and boom, guys, she's lit. And it just looks amazing. And like I said, I put the aluminum tape, the silver tape inside of the tubes on the back of mine, and that just really, intensifies it, of course. So yeah, guys, I think I paid $90 shipped for the pair, and it just brings it to life, guys. You got to have it. If you're gonna have a MIG, you got to have it light up. So definitely check out Guniac and get yours today at a price everyone will love.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, but wait, order now. Order now, and we'll send in a killer card, actually. Matter of fact, guys, I'm going to show you. I think I showed this last week, but I'm going to show it again because this is a really nice picture of Ray, by the way. This is Ray's card, guys. And there is his name underneath here. And also on the other side of the card, I'll show this, guys, too, in case you want to screenshot this. If you can see that, if I can get it on it, is Ray's information. I don't know if it's going to show it or not. Let me spin the slide around a little bit. But that's got all Ray's information, and it's actually Ray Manuel, Sunnydale, California, Guniac33 at gmail.com, youtube.com/Guniac33. And the official website is www.guniac33.me. check him out, guys. This will make any of your jets come to life. You got to have it. So, and you can't beat it for the price. And he's also got some sweet T-shirts and hoodies right now that are awesome with the Guniac 33. They look really good as well. So definitely check those out. And he said his wife did all this stuff. I don't know how that is, Ray, because my wife helps me out a lot too, man. So what would we do without him? So yeah, but she's doing a great job, man. These look phenomenal. And I do give these out at our field as well. So check it out.
So, Lieutenant Colonel Jeff Mazzell.
Hey, well,
Mazzell.
I mean, I like it. I mean, and it's what's on my F-16, so that's what I went with on here. She's actually just did a scheme for a guy's AL-37, man, that looks really nice. And she's starting on a scheme for a guy's helicopter that's out in California. That's the Sheriff helicopter. It's a Big Bell. But yeah, she's getting that going as well. So yeah, we talked to Mr. Dave Marshall the other night, man. We're trying hard to figure out some things with these water slides and things like that, and the machines. And so yeah, it's there's definitely Terra can do the work, but it's the machines you got to have to get it to look right. And we're trying to figure it all out, because making it, planning it, doing the work, the scale, she's got that lick, man. That ain't no problem. So yeah. And Callie, bless her heart, she can't stay up to speed right now because she's hurt her back.
A one-man band. Yeah.
Yeah, she's behind, and so
yeah, because it was her brother that hurt his back that possibly could have been paralyzed. But then I saw a post a few weeks back that's saying that the post office has lost like $2,000 worth of orders.
Wow.
So that means like she has to do them, or does them, makes it right with the customer, sends them back out, and now you have to go through this long drawn out process. Because I've had to do it. With the post office. So it's like you'll get your money back, sure, for the amount that you insured it as, but it can sometimes take up to 6 months, and you're like, crap.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I mean, post office is hurting right now, and everything, especially with stuff going on out in California. So I think, Ray, he did a great job getting my stuff here from the day he told me he sent it out to the time it got here. I think it was about 4 days, so that's not bad considering we're all the way across the country. So yeah, and but guys, it is what it is, and it's well worth it. I mean, and it's fun putting them in your jets, and then when you see it light up, it's like it's alive. It brings it to life. It's one thing to plug it in and hear the EDFs run. It's another thing to see the EDFs light up. I mean, I'm telling you, man, it's just like, wow, that's everything. So yeah. And then, like I said, I love putting the Nerf whistles in mine, so I'm getting ready to, get those put in here. And then other than that, she's done. I did like the cockpit. I may put the flashing strobe, the red, behind the canopy where it opens, because that's another thing. Skip did actually as well, and it looks good. And I think it's on the real one. And I do have the light, so I may put it in. And there is a port on the blue box to plug it in as well. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing that one too. But the green HUD lit up in this thing, man, looks awesome. It looks really good.
Sweet. That's awesome.
Even RC Informer, I think, was impressed by the sound of the F-18 on his video. I was watching it, and he was like, wow, let's roll that thing by the camera. That thing sounds really good. And it was like, wow, it does sound really good, When he came by, it was like, gosh, that thing sounds real. Him and Steve both were like in awe of it, I think. So, yeah, some nice shit. And man, he flew the mud out of it. That was a great flight on that.
Man,
thing.
he flies everything. I mean, he'll do a damn roll and be like 3 feet off the ground. I'm like,
exactly.
not me. Mm-mm.
Yeah, right.
I'm
Let's
like,
say
nah.
RC buddy.
I was like,
Yeah.
I trust my skill set, but I don't trust it that much.
Yeah, me either. I mean, I'll do inverted stuff, but I'm like high up, and I'm proud of myself to do that. You know what I mean? And I'll be honest with you guys, I've never seen anybody fly a damn jet 3D. And Dustin, he that day he flew that L-39 airfield, and he went up and he rolled that thing in all kind of crazy ways. He said, "Well, there's your 3D for today." I was like, "Damn,
well,
no, you didn't."
well,
That was cool.
I had the wind, and literally I was jamming the sticks together, like to see like I'm gonna roll left. Let me kick the rear end out to the right. Let's see what
But,
happens. And it just
well, it
I'm
looked
like,
good.
oh okay, that's cool.
It, it
So it's
looked
like
good,
while
man.
I meant to do that, I didn't even mean to do that. If that makes sense. It's just it's like craps. You roll the dice and hey, it worked. It was pretty cool.
Yeah, it did. It looked good. It looked real good. Yes, sir.
Oh man. But
Yeah.
so have you took the F-16, the E-flite out? How's that doing as far as taking off?
You talking about my E-flite? Yeah, I
Yeah.
flew it yesterday. As a matter of fact, I carried one battery and it did great because it was cooler yesterday. And I'm flying a 4,000 in it just like you are, so it takes a
Mhm.
longer rollout time. And when I fly off the grass, I fly with high rates, of course, and then pull back on the elevator. And the minute I get off grass, I throw the gear up, just like what we were talking about. And at that point, you almost have to nose it back down because it's wanting to go up in such a steep climb that it'll almost stall out on you. Um, so yeah, I have to kind of push the nose back down to get it to fly, more level. But again, that's an awesome flying jet, man. That has the afterburner from Ray in it as well. And that jet last night or almost dusk, man, it was like wow, we could see it was like lighting up like crazy. It looked really good too. Um, but yeah, that's just an awesome jet, and it did great yesterday. But it's cool weather. Even matter of fact, Brian said once I got up and flying, he said, "Man, that jet loves this cooler weather, doesn't it?" I said, "Yes, it
Mhm.
does." So
Yeah, that's
yeah,
pretty much for really any jet because cooler air is more dense. So those
yeah,
rotors have a little bit more air to bite into, so to speak,
yeah.
um, to get up and get out by all means. But yeah, I just remember that day that that day that we got together. We were just having all sorts of uh, not issues per se. It was more of yeah. I mean, it was issues. Just more. It was just so hot. It was just hot.
Well, it was so hot, you were sweating. It looked like you were damn. I mean, it looked like you had just stepped out of the shower with your shirt on, man. As a matter of fact, I think you brought several shirts with you that day because it
Yeah.
was so hot. Um,
Yeah.
so yeah,
Yeah.
and we still got them off the ground and flew them. So but yeah, Jess, it's a great jet. Any guys that again on the fence over something, that F-16 E-flite, incredible. My damn chair, man, the hydraulics in it are about shot. They keep dropping. I'm like, dunk, dunk. That's like, it's like, dunk, 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 keep going down. I have to keep jacking it back up. Oh man, but
Only you,
yeah,
hombre.
yesterday, man, being that everything's changing with the position of the Earth and the sun, the damn sun yesterday afternoon is like dead at the end of the east west end of our runway, man. And normally it would be kind of over to the other side of the runway. With now this time of year,
Mhm.
it is dead in the center of our runway. So yesterday, right before the sun went behind the trees, we're struggling, So I had to fly across the field the other direction at the east end of it and go from left to right across the field because that sun was killing me going down until it went behind the trees. And once it went behind the trees, it was like that fast, man. It got dark. So,
Dang.
but it was beautiful out there. We had a great time from about 6 to 7:15, about an hour and 15 minutes. And man, when it got dark quick. But it was nice.
Yeah, I remember I had to go to Lowe's because I didn't have. So get this, I didn't have a 4 millimeter tap. That was a bottom tap, and I needed a bottom tap. However, my my starter tap, which is your standard tap that if you get a Walmart or Lowe's or somewhere, Home Depot, that's what you get.
Mm.
It the angle on it was too deep because the hole was really shallow, but I needed a 4 millimeter tap. So basically, what I had to do was go to Lowe's. I bought three just in case, three taps, and had to cut it. So then it's a full three. Basically a bottom tap. So it's like a screw right at that point. And then take a grinder and set it on. I put it on my fourth axis, which just spins, and then held a Dremel tool and just let it spin. So every time the threads would come over, it would just touch them lightly. So it would make a shallower, steeper point angle, so I could put it back in that hole because the hole I could unfortunately drill deeper into. And I'm like, if I just had a actual real bottom tap, not a tap where I had cut it to make a bottom tap, because once you make the tap, or once you tap the hole, you can go back in with a tap that you've cut and cut the bottom threads, the few threads. And that's fine, but I didn't have a bottom tap that was made to start holes. Couldn't put a chamfer on it either, so I'm like, I can't win. I did get it finally, but a job that was literally supposed to take 30 minutes ended up taking me 3 hours.
Okay, so my buddy Brian said he don't fly in the dark. He crashed his Cub tonight. Man, what are you talking about? Not the Dynam Cub, man. Come on, man.
Dude,
Dude, I mean, damn. I mean, I know he can fix it. I think he can fix it. I mean, Brian, he's getting, we all get good at that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was hard last night seeing that FMS Cessna with the color it was and the darkness. Even though it had nice lights on it, when that plane would turn a certain way, it would get sketch as to being able to see it. And that's why I told him last night, I said, keep it close, man, because, we're getting to that point. But yeah, he said, don't fly in the dark. I crashed the Cub tonight. I'm like, oh, Lord. Hey. My buddy Brian, I was texting Ray yesterday. My buddy Brian, or actually Baron as we call him on YouTube, he was texting me yesterday, and we were asking Ray about what to put in the F-15 as an upgrade. And Ray gave out some good suggestions and sent all that to my buddy Brian. And he said, please let you know, Ray, how much he appreciated your help. Brian is an amazing pilot. I mean, he flies the big BVM, the fuel burning turbines, but he loves his electrics. He's got God about everything that they put out. He's got a ton of airplanes, but he's always upgrading stuff too. And we always talk about you at the field, how you will fly anything like there's no tomorrow, and how you will balance a fan at the field, and how you love FMS and this and that. So he was very appreciative of all the help that you wrote me, and I sent it directly to him yesterday. So he said to please let you know how much he appreciated that, and I'm sure he will be taking your advice. He wasn't even aware that FMS was making 90 millimeter fans. So he said he really appreciated the help, and thank you so much. So I appreciate that, Ray, and the quick response too. It was like that fast. So yeah, and that's the kind of person Ray is, guys. He's always trying to help young guys at the field, and anytime I've ever hit Ray up, he's hit me back really quickly. So thank you for that. I appreciate it, buddy.
Oh no, he's the man, dude. They know other way to describe it. He's the man. But I mean, there's a lot of great people in the community.
He definitely ain't skirt, as they say. The man flies in wind like nobody I've ever seen in my life. I mean, he'll be out there flying, and you hear the damn wind in the camera, and I'm going,
Hmm.
there ain't no way
Like,
I'd be
what is he
flying.
doing?
Yeah, exactly. And the wind's like in the camera, you know. It's like, no, I think so, man. Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Oh, that's too funny.
Yeah.
Oh
Split
man.
left wing, air code, 1100 millimeter. Yep. So he says, all good. I could not see it. It's already fixed. Well, that's good to know. Um,
Put if you're gonna fly something at night, put some lights on it.
it's got lights, dude. He has lights.
What?
That is the Arrows Cub. It's a great, very scale plane. Matter of fact, I put a video up of
I
him
thought that
flying.
one didn't have. I thought that one didn't have.
He put lights on it.
Oh, okay.
Yes, he put lights on
Did
it
he?
and did a great job on it. And
He's
he did his own lights.
he put the lights that like you have for your F-16, like the little.
No. He wired lights into this plane. He run wire and put LEDs in this plane, like wingtip lights.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he did it himself and did a great job. And yeah, I mean, so he had lights on it, man. Um, and he could fly the mud out of it. But so obviously for him to have crashed it tonight, he could not see it. And but he said it was already fixed, so that's a good thing.
Yeah, that's
Yes,
always a good thing.
it's very scale. It is a very scale plane, Eric. It's a nice looking plane, definitely.
Ooh, lost the chat. Where's my chat at? Dag nabbit. There we go. Pop out. So what are you getting into this week other than work? What else
Well,
you got
like
going on?
well, this week just working, watching to see what the storm's going to do because at first it was supposed to be, well, on Monday they said it was going to be a beautiful upcoming weekend, and now with this storm coming up from New Orleans and kind of coming across, it looks like it's going to come right over North Carolina. So who knows, man?
Still too far out for them to know.
Yeah, who knows what it's going to be like here. I'd like to be able to maiden the MiG. And that's what I'm talking about, man. You know, when I say I'm the type person, and I mean, Rich knows this too. We've talked about it. I don't rush nothing, man. I mean, when I build a plane, I take
Oh,
the time.
we know. Yeah, you're taking the time. It's evident behind you right
I
there.
like
All them
wiring.
boxes.
You saw the wiring in this MiG. Dude. It is perfect. I mean, I like my wires to be hidden. I just like everything to be right, and
There ain't nothing wrong with that.
yeah, I'm gonna take my time doing it. I just don't throw shit together and go throw it in the air. I just don't. I want it to be right, and I want it to look good. Cause hey, I'm only gonna get one time to maiden it. It's like they say, you only get one chance to make a first impression. Well, I'm gonna only get one time to maiden this plane, and if it goes down, it's not gonna be because it didn't look good and it won't built right. That's all I know. So other than that, I think the one plane that I crashed before was my F4 went down because of the rear elevator servo. Fortunately, it landed on a very soft bed of bushes, so it didn't mess up a thing. So got that plane. I'm getting ready to refly it soon because I just changed out the servo in it again. Now, I'll tell you something else, guys, and I don't know about any of you, but if you read the forums, this is another thing that I want to do some research on. I don't know if Rich has heard anything about it or Pilot Ryan or anybody, but in reading some of the RC groups and Hobby Squawk, there is some guys out there saying that there may be some other issues with this MiG due to the elevator servos. Even with the new upgraded servos, some guys are saying that they're still stalling out the elevator in certain maneuvers. And that scares me, which I'm not one to be yanking and banking and trying to do high alphas and stuff like that. I just kind of fly scale. But when you go putting new elevator servos in this plane, hoping that that alleviates any problems,
Mm-hmm.
and the elevator is still stalling out, Uh, that's not good. And so I don't know. I need to do more research into that and see what's going on with that. I don't know if any of you guys have heard about that yet, but according to my friend Brian, who is an amazing pilot, the one I was talking about earlier, um, he said he's been reading on Hobby Squawk and RC groups about some guys that are having issues even with the new elevator servos in this jet. So something to think about, something to look into, something to be leery of. So I don't know. Matter of fact, the question was, why did Motion RC send a Y connector with 2 new servos? Was it because they wanted you to eliminate the blue box? Because is that causing the problem that there's not enough amperage in certain maneuvers to power these servos? Because it came with a Y connector. Why? Why did it come with a Y connector? Because if you install these the way the plane was set up and just switch out servos, you don't need a Y connector. I wondered why that came with it as well. I actually installed my servos as they came factory. I just put in the new ones. So in listening to him and the forums that he's obviously reading, why did they send a Y connector with these new servos? Was it to eliminate the blue box? And according to him, he is going to eliminate the blue box on the elevator and do, what is it, what's it called?
You talking about? You talking about
It's called
Talerons?
Telerons. He's going to do Telerons in case he ever has an issue. He can still land the plane possibly. So don't know. He's in a different realm with how he thinks than I am. I'm not going to lie. So, but it is something to think about, and it is something to possibly ponder. Why did they send a Y lead with those servos?
I mean, if it was me, and just going on basically kind of like what me and Rich did, or Rich then I did, like with F-14, is I would replace the BEC, because the BEC is what gives you the amperage to power all your servos. The receiver at that point is just, and the blue box should be at least, is the one that is giving you signal for control of movement. So the Castle BEC, I think it's the 2.0 maybe. It's like $40, but its max amperage is 20 amps. But the low
This is the one you're talking about.
Yeah, but the low end, the continuous rate is to the RMS, which is what you want. I think that one is at 13, which is way more than we'll ever do, right? That's enough probably to power 3 planes, but it's peace of mind in it. Now, $40 for each plane. Ouch.
Yeah.
But for a plane like this, like F-14 and stuff, like, look, I fly the blue blocks with the F-22, the L-39, the Corsair, the Spitfire, even though the Spitfire has a different type of blue blocks in it. Or does it have blue blocks in it? I thought it did, where the wings join in together. But I've never, knock on fake wood, have ever had an issue with it.
There's RC Addict was saying that one of the members of his field crashed his MiG Sunday and said that he had the new servos and he lost elevator. So,
dang.
Is that what my friend is talking about the elevator stalling out, not having enough? I don't know. But, and that was, this guy, obviously, RC Addict, said he had the new servos. So, I'm just saying, guys, something to be leery of. I don't know. I don't know. It may, you hear a lot of guys that do eliminate the blue box in certain planes. They go straight into the receiver. But again, it just makes you wonder why, they sent a Y with that. And there's, I just got a I just got a message from someone, and
Spencer
it
Keith.
said, I assure you they will stall. This was a deep dive down the runway and barely got it back in time, scuffed the ground, and it went, and up it went. So, um, and yeah, I mean he's got a little bruising on there as well. Um, so I don't know, guys. Just something to be leery of. Now, were you fast? Were you slow?
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. But that's something scary to think about, isn't it? I mean, you know,
Yeah, yeah, because he sent me the same picture.
yeah. I mean, and you thinking that you're putting in new servos is going to fix the problem, um, and that's what I say, man. It's just I don't know. I mean, it is scary. And he said he was going fast when that happened, so that means that there was a lot of wind movement over that elevator. Um, so yeah, said it was a deep dive down the runway. So if you're in a deep dive, you're definitely pulling G's, you're pulling speed, and barely got it back in time. Scuffed the ground and up it went. So that means he was coming down at a pretty good rate of speed, and as he pulled back, it just barely. Yeah, I mean, it almost drove it into the ground. Um, yeah, wow. Note to self: don't do that. uh, damn, that's man. I don't know. God, it's like what's causing the problem, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But again, it goes back to the initial question: why did they send a Y harness with two brand new servos, unless they wanted you to eliminate that box? Just saying. Think about it.
So when
He said it wasn't meant to be a low pass. So, um,
when you got the new servos, were the
yeah,
servos were the two servos and the Y all together, like together in the same box? It was like was there
yes.
two servo boxes and like a Y harness?
Well, yeah, there was two servo boxes and a Y harness, so it was put in there
So it's,
intentionally.
okay. Hmm. Well, I was trying to think of saying like, okay, maybe this is
Mm,
no, because that wouldn't make sense either. What else I'm going to say is maybe their server supplier, because that don't make sense either. No, no.
see, man, that's what
I'm
I'm
trying to
saying. I mean,
be like the devil's advocate here, but I'm not ringing up any plausible thoughts on that.
right, and that's kind of where we were talking yesterday. That's kind of where we're at. I mean, you don't put a Y harness, which is costing them, what, 50, 75 cents, which is not
Yeah,
much.
not even that.
Not
Nah,
that, even still,
it's
I
like
mean,
pennies on the dollar or pennies on the
yeah, I
cents.
mean, it's in
Literally.
it's there for a reason. And the
Right.
bottom line is, man, when you take out the original servos, it's just plug and play. There's no Y harness anywhere. It goes straight into the blue box, right? Okay, so
I mean, I've
why?
I've always okay. The F-18 bypassed it. The but for I fly with the blue box. Yes, I don't bypass it.
Well, he just said himself, and same thing I've been thinking all along. They included it to bypass that blue box,
Right,
and
right.
that's the
Well, what
only
I'm
reason
saying
that.
though is I mean I see the blue box's fruitfulness, but at the same time, like, look, I do bypass some control surfaces, but I mean, your landing gear is always just going to draw the most amperage. Period.
Hmm.
Um, unless you've got a low voltage, you're coming in a low voltage battery, but you shouldn't be. But then you're playing around and really doing flicks and tricks and stuff.
Yeah,
Sure, then, because your voltage is low.
yeah.
But yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, Attic, you would think they would tell you that, but I didn't. I went straight from plug and play with the new servos straight in, done, drop in deal. I didn't. I just thought, well, damn, maybe it's a Y harness just came with for some reason. Didn't think about it. Did not even think about it. And
Hmm.
now that my friend brought it to my attention yesterday, um, and he said that some of the guys on the forums and Hobby Squawk and RC groups are having some issues. Uh, it just got me to thinking, why not? It's added insurance. Why not go straight from both servos to the receiver? Why not? I mean, it's a Y harness. You have it. Why not? Um, yeah. So I may do that. I may do that before I maiden this plane, man, because mine's not right now. And he got me worried yesterday talking to me about that and telling me the things that he had read and the things in the forums that just really, especially after all the work I put into this, just getting the CG right, getting
Right. Well, the
everything.
forums you gotta take it with a grain of salt because there's a lot of people that talk out their ass, but they don't know anything. Like there's this guy on RC group called Peter. He's in Australia. Like there's very few people that get underneath my skin, and he's one of them because he comes off with like this "I know it all" attitude. Um, I mean it's why you've got to like really um That's why you see a lot of EDF crashes when the pilot runs the battery very low and hit the gear and flip. Yeah, exactly. Exactly right, Mr. George Watts.
True.
I just,
Right.
I see the valid. I see the point being valid. Of course, I do. But I mean, it's like people complain about these blue boxes and stuff. Okay, well, if you don't like the blue box,
Right.
it's easy as hell to just to bypass it.
And I've never had a problem with a blue box. That's what I'm
Right.
saying. I can't complain. I have always done all my planes per the manual. Everything I've got.
Mhm.
Okay. So, and I just, if I did something different with this one, it'd be the first time. So I just don't know. And had they not sent the Y, I might be going, nah, because even Alpha said himself that he thought that this jet would have been perfectly fine with the 17-gram servos. But they knew that guys were going to be flying heavier packs, bigger packs, blah, blah, blah. So they sent out the new servos, which was awesome of them to do. So that being said, did they think that sending out new, bigger servos, they better include a Y lead because if you bypass the box, it may give you better power, better reaction time for people doing certain maneuvers. I fly scale. I'm not out there yanking and banking and doing crazy crap with my elevator anyway. So I don't know. But it just makes you wonder. Victor said he's flown his 9 times. Did you fly it with the new servos, Victor? And if so, did you see any issues? And how do you fly it? Do you fly it scale? Do you fly it yanking and banking, trying to alpha? I mean, I've watched several of your videos, and I think you've done a great job with it. I haven't seen you do anything that I don't think I would probably do any differently. So I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It's just, and yes, there are a lot of speculations and things on the forums. I get that, guys,
Mhm.
definitely. And God knows if you listen to everything, hell, we probably wouldn't fly nothing we have. Um, so I don't know. It's I guess like I said, it's almost like a somewhat of a small insurance policy. You either do it or don't. It doesn't
Mhm.
take but a second. But then it's like somebody else said. I think it might have been you, Dustin. I don't know. Why not bypass the damn blue box on everything if that's the case? And I haven't done that yet. So I don't know, man. So
Yeah, man. I just
Victor said he flew it 5 times before the new servos and 4 times after. Um, And yes, David, there you're right. My F7F Tiger Cat's got over 100 flights on it, and one of my aileron servos went out. Hey, the plane didn't owe me nothing. So I replaced the servo. Luckily, I got it back on the ground. I did a video on it. Um, it flies great. So yeah, things are going to go out. I get that. But again, I don't know. And yes, Ryan, you're right. There are people that never blame themselves. You are very right on that too, man. So who knows? I know Pilot Ryan. He flew his not knowing anything, and with the servos, and he flew the snot out of it. Did a great job. So, um, would he have ever had a problem with it? Maybe not. If he was flying scale, didn't do anything crazy. Now Bobby Commit, on the other hand, well, who knows with him flying a damn thing. Um, but yeah, so I don't know, man. I'm torn right now. My friends both flew theirs this past weekend in their maidens, and didn't have a Y harness, and they did great. But now this is starting to surface, so it makes you wonder: are more guys seeing a problem after installing the new servos? Is this starting to come to light that you can stall the elevator? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there, and we'll see what happens. We'll throw it to the wall, see if it sticks. I don't know. But I would love to ask Alpha or anybody, James, you guys are out there, anybody, why did they put the Y lead in there? What was the intent? Because really, you don't have to have it. So why is it there? Just a question.
Hmm. Well.
And Pilot Ryan said Bobby flew it on all original servos. So there you go. And that's right. Servos are not a substitution for poor piloting. David, you're exactly right. And I mean, a lot of people do blame planes and this and that for their mistakes. I don't know. I just like to try to do everything I can from the get-go, not to possibly have an issue. If I have an issue and it's my fault, I'll be the first damn one to own it, and I'll take me a 5-gallon bucket, pick it up, bring it home. I'll come home and order another one, if
Right.
I like it that much. Just like I did with my first T45. I came home after I crashed it, brought it home in a 5-gallon bucket, and I ordered a brand new one that day in the 8S, and she's hanging right there, and I've flown it many times and love it. So, yeah, Michael Reiska said, set it by the book and film it, and then you have proof if something happens. Right on, buddy. True that. That's exactly. Yeah.
True. But well, guys, let's wrap this up because I've got to get some work done. As always, it's a never-ending vicious cycle. But
good crowd. Thanks all you guys for showing up tonight and hanging with us, man. Had a good time.
Yeah, as always, it's always great to be with you guys, to hang out with everybody, and of course, see you guys next week on Mr. Jeff Customs channel, and then hopefully we'll have.
They said I was frozen. Anyway.
What?
They said I was frozen. Anyway.
Oh. You're not frozen.
Well, thanks for stopping in, Kenny. Appreciate you saying that, man. Glad to see you. Glad you're doing well. Hope your hair's laid back down. Hope the electricity's all out of your body. You're not charging batteries with your fingertips. So yeah, thanks for coming, man. Glad to see you're doing good. So now I'm working. That's good. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna let Dustin go to work.
Awesome. I'll see you guys next week. You guys be safe, be good, be smart. Watch out, look out for one another. Wow, I can't talk. And we'll catch you guys next week.
Thank you for coming, guys. Appreciate it. Happy flying.
See y'all. Sweet.